everybody, welcome back to Jimmy's Promo, and today we will be taking a look at the brand new C3Strom Astro and Astro Pro. Now these are a Class 3 electric bike, and the campaign is live on May 25th, or it's live right now depending on when you're watching this video. The C3Strom Astro and Astro Pro comes in two different colors, black or gray. They have a top speed of 28 miles per hour in C3 mode or 32 miles per hour in off-road mode. The motor is 750 watts. You can have a max range of either 58 miles or 78 miles, depending on if you get the Astro or Astro Pro. And the only difference between the two is the size of the battery. Now the C3Strom Astro Pro does have best in class, especially when it comes down to the battery, because it is the largest battery capacity available for an e-bike under $4,000. It has the 1040 watt hour battery. It also features a 750 watt motor. The saddle is extra long. It's super comfortable, filled with silicone to reduce vibration. And then for the lighting system, you have that huge headlamp in the front, which is a 130 lux headlight with high and low beam. You also have the front, left, and right turn signals, and then the LED tail light with integrated turn signals and brake light once the brake is compressed. And then when it comes down to those tires, they are 20-inch by 4.25-inch anti-puncture tires that just eats up the road and the grass, almost any terrain that you go on. Going through the modes of the power assist, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0 just means that you are only pedaling with the bike with no assistance from the motor. And basically 1 through 5, the higher the number, the more assistance you have to help you reach those max speeds. Now on the removable battery, you have your power switch for on and off, and then the charging port. Here is your turn signals for left and right. That was the sound of the horn, and then you also have your switches for high beam and low beam. So that was the sound of the bike with the pedal assist. Some people want to know what it sounds like with the motor running as you are pedaling. So I do have my gears set to 4, the pedal assist set at 5. I reached a max of 31 on this small slant of a hill. Now I do weigh right around 193 pounds. I believe I could go a little bit quicker. Now if you are only using the throttle itself, you will go right around 19 to 20 miles an hour. That 27 to 32 miles an hour is when you are using that pedal assist on either 5 or using off-road mode. Now let's just take a look at the bike itself as we are riding. Now let's take a look at the C3Strom application. Now this application is free to download on the Play Store and the App Store, and it's very simple to pair it up with your bike. All you have to do is make sure your bike is turned on, hit the little M on the left-hand side of the handlebar, which is mode for Bluetooth, and then once you open up this application, you hit on Add Device, and you're done within about 10 seconds to where you can see your battery percentage, the total distance ridden, and as well as a bunch of different settings and battery info that you can take a look at and change. Now, first off, you can see up here that we are disconnected. It's just because my bike just turned off just a couple seconds ago, but the last percentage we were at was at 100%. The total distance ridden was 17.6 miles. Then down here is a bunch of quick actions, and there's a few things that you can really only do on this application that you can't do on the bike itself. So one of these right here is one that is on the bike. Very simple to do. You don't really need the application for it, but this is where you can change your pedal assist. The level 0 is basically only pedaling. The bike is not assisting you in any way. way, and then it goes all the way up to level 5. Now I usually always have mine on level 5. Now this next setting is my favorite one. This is where you're able to change the riding mode from class 3, which has a max speed of 28 miles per hour, to off-road mode, which has a max speed of 32 miles per hour or 52 kilometers per hour. Now because I am disconnected currently, the bike has turned off just a little bit ago. The next time I turn on the bike and I have this application next to it, when I switch this to off-road mode, then we'll be able to go that quicker speed. Here is your battery information. You can see the status of it, the current voltage, current currency, the temperature, capacity, current capacity. So you can see everything that's going on. So right here, I do have that 20,000 milliamp hour, which is the one inside of my bike here. You also have a cruise function. So for the cruise function, as long as you're going more than 6.3 miles per hour, as long as you hold on to the throttle and then you hold on to the plus button for 2 seconds, the cruise function will start. You will be able to also see that cruise icon. So I would definitely go through, read that, take a look if you want to have cruise function. I don't really think that it's really needed. As long as you just simply pedal, and I'm just on level 4 of pedaling, it's just going to keep you at that constant speed as well. And then your light switch, it just turns on the light, turns it off, but you can see that again, we are not connected, so I can't do that. And then this is where you can change your unit settings from mile to kilometer. So one of the biggest questions that may pop up is, what is the difference between Astro and Astro Pro, and is it worth the price difference? And everything is right in front of you of the differences, which is only just the battery size, which again, between the battery size will give you a different range in miles. So you have the Astro, which is right around 58 miles max range with a 780 watt hour battery. Or you can go for the Astro Pro, which is a 78 mile max range with a 1040 watt hour battery. So you will be gaining about 20 miles with the difference between Astro to Astro Pro. Now let's take a look at the pricings and kind of the date range of everything that's going on. So if you go with that first come, first serve on May 25th, the super early bird price for the Astro is $1,699. For the Pro, it's $1,899. Then as the campaign goes on, it will go up in price, going all the way to the end result of the MSRP, where the Astro will cost $2,499. The Astro Pro is $2,699. Now, if you take a look at the super early bird price versus the end result MSRP, you will be saving $800, which is a pretty massive discount in the world of e-bikes. Now, taking a look at the internet side of things, here is the Indiegogo page. Right now, it is not live, so this page will look different from what it'll look like on May 25th. And then this is the C3Strom website. You can take a look at their bikes. So both of them are listed here if you wanted to learn more and take a look at, and deep dive into all the specs and everything else. And so inside of this Indiegogo page, as of right now, you are able to sign up so you can get that $800 off early bird discount. So if you wanted to learn more, get notified of when it's live, you can also join the discussion. If you scan this QR code, I believe it takes you over into their Facebook page to where you can keep up with everything they're talking about. Then here is some details and information, just a quick high overview of the bike itself. And then again, you can sign up on the bottom. Now over here is their website. This one will be also linked below the video inside the description. I just went inside of Shop eBikes and it shows both of them right here. So this is the C3Strom Astro as well as the C3Strom Astro Pro. And here is the price point. You can see a pretty big difference between the two here, and that is because this is that early bird pricing that we're taking a look at. Now, if you wanted to learn more about both of these bikes, you can simply just click on the options button. You can take a look at the colors. You can see black and gray. It'll take you over into the Indiegogo page. As you scroll down, you will be able to take a look at some photos. Then as you scroll on down, you'll be able to see the top speed, which is 28 miles per hour for the C3 mode, 32 miles an hour for the off-road mode. A little bit of details on the motor, which is 750 watt rear hub integrated wheel. You can take a look at the max range, which is 50 miles depending on rider weight, terrain, incline, and riding style. As you scroll on more, you can see just a infographic of pretty much just everything of the bike, the seat, the rack, the wheels, the chain, things like that. Underneath geometry, this is where you can see all of everything measured out. So if you're somebody who is very curious on the inches of the wheels, the base, the height, everything will be right there for you. Then below that, you also have the electronics, going in depth of the battery, which is the Samsung 21,700 cells, 780 watt hour. It's a removable lithium ion battery. Talks about the charger, the controller, as well as the display, which the display out of all of the e-bikes I've owned, this one has the best display hands down. The 3.5 inch, super easy to read at nighttime and super easy to read during the daylight, which is again also very important. Talks a little bit about the hub motor, the lights, the pedal assist, form of assistance, USB ports, the wiring, throttle, max range, horn, and top speed, which we've already talked about. And then you'd be able to take a look down over here at the Astro Pro. Pretty much the exact same setup. Here's your two colors, black and gray, your images, the infographic right here, the details, this image here, and again, the geometry, electronics, and as well as components. So if you wanted to see if there's any differences, really the biggest thing and only thing is going to be the size of the battery, which again, along with the battery size, will give you the change in range that the bike is able to go. So instead of that 50 to 58 miles, this one, the Pro, will get you 78 miles. So here's the unboxing and assembly of the bike. And so really it's going to be a black box, which will have all of your pedals and your tools that you would need. The bike itself is almost all wrapped up all into one. You can see the charger and the battery sitting there. The battery was sent to me in a separate package. So if you are ordering this bike, you may look for two packages, one with the large bike, the other with the battery separate. Now, putting the bike together, you really have to just put on the front wheel, make sure everything is all sitting there accordingly. Take a look at your nuts and bolts and screws. And once you get that all tightened on there and it's sitting with the front brake, now you're able to put on that front fender. And then once the fender is all done and complete, this is where you're able to work on the pedals. And you got your left and right pedal. It kind of seems like they are almost twisting in the opposite way, but you'll be able to figure that out. Once you're done with the pedals, then you put on your handlebar. And so with the handlebar, you just want to make sure everything is fitting all snug. You tighten it all in. You take a look at that 3.5 inch LCD display. Then you twist on and tighten down your left and right turn signals. Once both of those are complete, now you're able to put on that removable battery. And once you put in the battery, you are able to lock it into place. So that was my review of the C3Strom Astro and Astro Pro. Let me know what you guys think of this bike. And if you guys are interested, make sure you guys click on the link below the video inside the description and get that early bird price.